Are you ready for now we there? If you ready for fun, make you come here. Cause all night we ready to turn up. You know the matter no go to.
My first guest has been quite vocal since the ENDSARS protest. She is a humanitarian advocate. Watch this.
Let her talk now. Let she talk now.
Please, I allowed you to take the lead. Please let me talk. Thank you in the name of God.
Vibrate.
We were here this afternoon. We spoke with the deputy speaker and we told him that we are here to stay. Please, did the deputy speaker agree or not?
Yeah.
God bless you. We were here this evening. The chief of staff, Mr. Tayo, came here and he spoke to us. Yes. And we respectfully asked him that we are allowed to stay in this place. He told us we are welcome.
It's the safest place in Lagos State to stay.
In court.
Please welcome to our show, Rinu Oduala. Rinu, welcome to our show.
Thank you.
Tell us about that particular moment.
Okay, looking at that video, I don't recognize the person in the video because I think that part is just a part of me that rarely comes out. You know, it comes out once in a while where you're just so angry. I was angry, I was tired, and I couldn't believe the spectacle that happened few seconds ago. And I just said to myself, you know what, I don't even care about any of this. I don't care about the cameras, I don't care about who was videoing me, I don't care about who was in front of me. I just wanted to air my mind to everybody that was there.
So Rinu, tell us about life prior to that moment. What have you been up to? What are your passions? What excites you?
Okay, I always tell people I'm very average. I'm the most average Nigerian you can ever imagine. I run so many businesses at the same time. I sell clothes. I'm a student. I'm a student at Lagos State University. I'm practically a hustler. I hustle so many things at the same time. So for me, it is about school, business, then family. I'm very focused.
What are you studying? I'm curious to know.
Chemistry education.
What year?
300.
300. Wow.
Yeah,
okay.
I have a diploma from the Polytechnic, Moshida Polytechnic in Abeokuta.
So, Rinu, I'm curious to know if you've been this vocal. You're very, very young. You're still in university.
Yes.
Did you grow up being so vocal?
Yes, I grew up being a coconut head. You know, I was the black sheep in my family. I'm always getting into one kind of trouble or the other. And it's not trouble like issues, it's just trouble where I wouldn't just keep short. And my grandma and my mom would say, you know what, you're going to get into trouble one day. Just shut up. And I'm like, no, I'm not going to shut up because this is wrong. This is how it's supposed to be done. Why are we doing this? Why are we doing it this way when it's supposed to be done this way? So I think that when this ENDSARS thing started and the popularity went overboard, my mom wasn't surprised because when I got home, she just said, I know you. You're a stubborn child, you're a stubborn girl, so you've gone to show your stubbornness again. Okay, I've seen it.
So Rinu, what makes you keep on going? What makes you so it's okay?
I think the passion I saw in young Nigerian faces, you know, it inspired me the more. I don't think that I would have reached this extent if I didn't look at people's faces and I felt that there was this awakening. You know, people were excited, they were hopeful, they actually thought in their minds, and some of them related this thought to me that they think that with this something is actually changing. You know, many of us have lost hopes in a better Nigeria. You know, I think for me, I wouldn't try to preempt the minds of so many people, but for me, the dream of a young Nigerian was always to get out of the country. Just do what you can and just get out of the country, go to somewhere safer, somewhere with a more enabling environment, somewhere with more opportunities. So at the protest, I saw people starting to think that, okay, they could actually make this work. And a major part of that was when people would approach me and would say, Rinu, what's the next thing today? What are we doing today? And I'm like, why are these people coming to me? Did they see some kind of hope? Did they think that I could be part of that change? You know, so many continued, Rinu, what are we doing today? What's the next thing? Where are we going to? Where I was amazed, and that kept me going, and that still keeps me going.
So Rinu, let's not have this assumption that, you know, we all want a better Nigeria, because there are some young people who will ask themselves, why is she fighting for a better Nigeria? So what is your word for them?
Well, for me, I like to be as practical as possible. I say to myself that we saw the Black Lives Matter movement that happened, and I think most of us actually thought to ourselves that even in other countries we are being discriminated at, and we're being, you know, just there's this racism just because of the color of our skin. So if we go to other countries and the police, they are still killing us because simply we are black, why not stay in our country to make it better? You know, I always tell people, I've told so many people that I cannot go to other countries and the police or any other person would, I'll be discriminated at because I'm black. Then I can't be in my country and the police or the same people that were the same skin or were of the same nationality will still be discriminated. No, I wouldn't let that happen. So that's what I always tell people, that if discrimination happens in other countries, you shouldn't allow it to happen in your own country as well. You should stay and fight.
So as a phenomenal woman, global citizen, proud Nigerian, you're also a brand strategist. So what brands do you push forward?
Product brands, brands that relate to people, brands that feed people, brands that care about the social well-being, healthcare, wellness, luxury brands. You know, I just want to be part of something that when people look at that thing, they say, okay, I got it because I saw her, you know, going for it. I saw her advertising it. I saw her being part of that process, because I feel that I wouldn't naturally or necessarily go for something that would do harm to others.
So you have a huge fan, and I hear that bizkid is a fan of yours, and for someone's birthday, you were the profile picture. So yes. Let's see, what's your last bizkid song you listened to?
Ginger.
Okay, give us a line from Ginger.
Why should I give you a line from Ginger?
2 words.
2 words. Okay. Kokoro. No, they do like water.
Perfect. Okay, so, you know, people are beginning to like gather around, protests are erupting, you know, in the country. Are we going to see you speak up?
My stance has always been the same, which is to stand for justice, stand for equity, stand for the truth. So, for me, when the protests were suspended, you know, so many things happened, the destruction, the looting, the loss of lives, and I thought to myself that there could be more practical approaches to this, where we could simply protest but not endanger other people's life. We could do other things, but endangering people's life it serves as a sharp contrast in relating to what we're doing, which is we want to save lives. We do not actually want more lives to be lost, which is one of the reasons why I said, okay, we could start the process on one of our 5 to 5 demands, which was the judicial panel. Then I'm serving as a youth rep there. So if at any moment there comes a drastic change where we have to return to the streets, you know, you always know my stance.
In 5 years, what is her story in 5 years? What is your story in 5 years?
5 years. I want to be a mover and shaker, and from brand influencing to advocating for humanity. I just want to be a leading voice where people respect and they want to listen to what you have to say. And you're actually making, you're not just there for being there, you're actually making impact and influence and a change. So that's what I want to be.
Thank you, Rinu, for coming on our show.
Thank you.
Everyone, give it up for Rinu.
So how would you describe your time on the show?
Exhilarating. I felt like I was talking to an audience that was relatable, and I was just, you know, expressing myself to the people that I actually want to talk to. You know, it's either talking to an older generation, but when you see people like you just want to talk and just keep talking.
Any piece of advice for the success of the show?
Yeah, I think the show will do quite great. Tegan Modgushu show is going to be quite informative and exciting.
For more information, visit our YouTube channel, The Tegan Show, and follow us on our social media platforms or visit our website for more details.